Now I'm going to sew straight waistband to the waist. I got, first of all, in this case, my skirt prepared with a zipper, the darts, side seam, and it's all ironed. Then I got my waistband. In this case I have used special waistband interlining where it's separated, so you can see where you're going to sew and you can see where you're going to fold it. Of course this is smart, but if you want it wider you got to cut it normally, but this one I'm just going to show. I have prepared, so I have folded 1 centimeter in and ironed, and then I folded my waistband like this and ironed as well. This is to make sure I get it right and make things so much easier if you prepare before getting started. One side there is a notch, that's where the buttonhole are supposed to be placed. But let's get going. First of all, I open up my zipper, turn the outside or the inside, or turn it around so you've got the back side of your skirt. This one side you've got to have 1 centimeter out side the zipper to make sure you can do that afterwards. Then you've got to place it in line all the way until you reach the other side where we got the notch, and you've got to place that where your zipper is, because later that's where the buttonhole are supposed to be, the extension for the buttonhole. Okay, let's place some pins so it's right against wrong here. So I start placing it at the back side. I do that quite often, choose to do things a little bit opposite, because as I often said, my top stitch are nicer from the right side than it is from the back side. There's always a slightly different, and in this way you'll have the top stitch, the nice top stitch at your right side. So let's just have this placed. I'm just going to unfold it, it's a little bit easier, and we've got it nearly done. So you see, when we attached it, we got it like this, and this is the front size. So now it's time for sewing. I stitch it 1 centimeter, and as I said before, this is a little bit easier because I stitch in the hole where there are space for stitching. So I'll do that all the way. And again, make sure that there is no folding, and make sure that your darts and your side seams are just the way you like it. So that if they're supposed to be split, the side seam, keep them split. Make sure your darts are turned the right way, so that's in order when you're finished. then at the end, so now we've got it attached. Now go and turn it to the right side. I put my seam allowance into the waistband, fold it and place my pins. When I have done this, I can start sewing, but you might see there is a slightly problem about the corner where we got the zipper. Because if I do like this, I won't have it nice, so I'll just turn this round. So I got 1 centimetre up here, 1 centimetre, and sew at the edge 1 centimetre in, because that's going to make a nice corner. So when I turn it around, you see I got this nice corner, and I can pin it again. It's kind of stiff fabric I've got here, so the pins are not that happy about it. Now here it is sometimes quite difficult to make sure that these are not to be seen, but then I just put it in with a pin so it looks nice, like this, and it won't be seen. The other side, there were just 1 centimetre. I'm doing exactly the same, but this time I make sure that it's sewn so it's in line with the zipper, with the edge of the zipper, because I do not need any extensions here. Turn it around, and now I got this one just as nice as the other one. Again, if this is sticking down, make a little folding to make sure it's covered so it won't be seen, the seams. Put in the last pins. As you might see, I'm putting in the pins like this because that allows me to sew very close to the pin, and that helped me in order not to get any foldings in my waistband. It is important that you put in some interlining to your waistband. Don't do it without, because the finish is just not good enough. So now you see I got my waistband and I can start stitching. I'll stitch it 2 millimeter from the edge. And make sure all the way that your stitching, the first stitching, is covered. and one way or the other it's finished, but I like to finish it with the top stitching around the edge, and again that's 2mm from the edge to make a nice finish out of it. And because we have prepared, it's not difficult to make this top stitch nice, because it is ironed and we have decided where it's supposed to be. And down here, and it's done. Cut away the threads as usual. And when we close our zipper, we got a nice straight waistband. Here, later, when you're going to place your button and buttonhole, you can choose two different ways. You can place your buttonhole here and have this extension underneath, or you can place your buttonhole upon this extension and have it upon. For me, I always like it like this, because if I got it like that, sometimes it have a tendency of getting these foldings in use. I find this to be nicer, but again, it's all up to you what you choose. Did you like what you just seen, and do you want to learn more? Then subscribe. I'll constantly develop and upload new things, all based upon the professional way of sewing. All the best from me, and good luck with your work.